welcome, Mr. DeSumito. Happy to see you. Welcome to my humble abode.
Do you mind pointing me to the bathroom?
Oh, it's over there.
Miss White, would you be a dear and grab some of that 1843 Cabernet from the cellar? You know, Mr. Green, I received that on the day of my funeral, my dearest Alfred. No, or was it Arnold? Either way, his family owns a lovely vineyard. Yes, Sam? He's dead!
I was walking towards the wine cellar to get the Cabernet for Mrs. Peacock, and then there I saw it! Mr. D! Dead! Oh, and that's when I screamed! It's all just too much to bear! And there he was lying on the floor with the bash in his skull!
I need you to think clearly. What did you see?
I saw the silhouette of a man. Or was it a woman? I can't remember the slightest bit, but someone was there.
A murder in my house? We must fetch the authorities right away.
No! The murderer could be any one of us. It's better if we all stay in the house.
No way am I staying in a murder house.
Miss Scarlet, please don't leave me here.
Don't worry, Missy. I'll take care of you.
From my time in the quaint village in the safari, when anything went amiss, I led the investigations. And every time, a culprit was apprehended.
Didn't you only lead solo expeditions?
That is unimportant. Anyways, I'm well versed in the ways of the law. I'll start by examining the body.
Oh, please don't go back down there. I can't bear it.
Don't you fret, madame. I fear nothing and no one.
I wouldn't be opposed to joining you downstairs.
That's highly unnecessary and highly inappropriate. I'm sure the Colonel can handle it himself.
It appears I've been stricken down with a blunt object. However, we cannot be sure whether the blow ultimately killed him. Fortunately, there are many objects matching the description strewn about the room in a frenzied fashion.
But what objects are there?
A wrench, a lead pipe, some rope, a used candlestick, and a knife.
And a revolver. What? This could be used to knock someone out. Here, I'll demonstrate. We don't know that it was a violent crime. Maybe it was an accidental crime.
Pray tell how a crime could be accidental.
Well, I was working on an experiment in the lab last week and I forgot to clean the last beaker out with distilled water. And it might have had ammonia residue in the glass. Well, I was working with chlorine and that could have created a poisonous chlorine gas.
Rest at ease. Chlorine takes longer than that to kill.
How do you know that?
Well, we are at a chemistry party, are we not?
But it's not just that. I once made a sandwiches without washing my hands after a lab.
You know, in the safari, I rarely had access to soap.
And I always gave him the wonky goggles because the nice ones were the only ones that fit over my glasses. He could have gotten eye cancer. And I never once told him to pull his hair back.
Oh, he's practically bald.
Was.
The next time Mr. Plum has a lab, I'm sure he'll now be more careful about thoroughly cleaning his instruments, not using broken materials, and ceasing to eat in the same place he uses deadly chemicals.
I think we could all use some drinks.
I'll show you where the liquor cabinet is.
I was thinking why.
Are we just forgetting that there's a dead body down there?
Jin, it is.
Do you happen to own any vacation homes?
One for every season.
Did I mention I'm a widow?
Don't you have any more things to, well, clean? I finished my chores for the day. It's a big estate. I'm sure there are more things to do. Oh! I haven't the slightest idea how it slipped my mind, but I did leave out a detail from the wine cellar earlier.
And what might that be?
There was a wine glass by the dead body with red lipstick stains and a matching lipstick container.
Well, there are 3 ladies here tonight.
But only one of them is wearing red.
Oh, Miss White, how your memory fails you. Or did you already forget how you were wearing a bright red lipstick at the commencement of the party and removed it halfway through? What? I remember things like this.
Well, this obviously does not match the stain.
We'll see about that.
Aren't all lipsticks the same?
Actually, lipsticks are made out of a variety of oils, waxes, pigments, and perfumes. Miss White's brand has a trace amount of lead in it.
What? It does?
Yes, in fact, your pigment of carmine red, is it? Is derived from the carosimic acid of insects. Mine, however, is an all-natural blend. It's a reaction between the dyes of amino acids and the proteins of the skin. That's what makes mine such a deep red. Miss White, you might want to spend a little more on a better brand. Your gloss has synthetic oils, not castor, which is better for lubrication. I can tell just from these swatches that neither of these lipsticks match the stain. I'm going to go get a drink.
How could she tell?
Oh, it appears we won't have enough gin for all of us.
I hate it when houses aren't stocked for a party. Let's see what we can make with the gin we have.
You can solve for the limiting reactant and percent yield of a gin juice drink by looking at our recipe. For 3 fluid ounces plus 8 fluid ounces of juice would equal a mixed drink. So per bottle of gin there's 16 fluid ounces, and per bottle of juice you have 17.2 fluid ounces. We have 6 bottles of juice and 1 bottle of gin. So going from there, we would multiply that to see how many fluid ounces we're working with, and then divide that using what it would require from our recipe. So then we get our theoretical yield of 12 and our actual yield of 5. So going from there, we would divide 5 by 12 and we get 0.416, and then multiply that by 100 to get a percent. So our percent yield would be 41.6, with our limiting reactant being the gin.
I guess for the leftover drinks we can use vodka instead of gin.
Whoa there, we're trying to lighten the mood, not get jazzed.
That's absurd. The difference isn't that much, and we can always look on the back of the bottle and look at the percent composition.
Well, after looking at the recipe and the back of the bottles for percent composition, the vodka per serving of 1.5 fluid ounces was 9.1 grams of alcohol, and for gin it was 15.7 grams of alcohol. Now the recipe calls for 3 fluid ounces, which would be 2 shots, a serving size, and 8 fluid ounces of juice. So going from there, we could solve for the percent composition of alcohol for each drink. Now, for the gin mixed drink, it would be the mass of alcohol plus the mass of the orange juice, and then divide that by the mass of alcohol to get 0.06, and then multiply by that 100 to get a percent, and then since the recipe calls for 2 shots, then multiply that by 2. And then for the vodka, you'd go on the same process of 9.1 grams plus 263 grams, and then divide that by the 9.1 grams of alcohol, multiply that by 100 to get a percent, and then multiply by that 2 given the serving size.
Although it's generally seen as something tragic to die, I am glad Mr. D never married. It spares someone the heartbreak. I do hope I get married before I die.
Oh, of course you will. You poor thing.
What did you put in our drinks?
Oh, I couldn't possibly say. It's a family recipe.
There's no way in hell I'm prioritizing my safety for some secret ingredient.
What are you accusing her of putting in our drinks?
A white powder.
I don't see any white powder.
It's because it is a solute.
A what?
A solute. It is dissolved in the solvent, the drink, and then it dissolves within the liquid.
We could always boil it. Only the solute would be left.
And along with it, all of the alcoholic content. What a waste. I'll prove that there's nothing poisonous in this.
It's really hot.
Mr. Plum, you brought a gun to a party.
I brought 2 guns. Holy cow! Where's my other gun? Hey, it wasn't me.
The revolver isn't yours?
No, the revolver is mine, but I never use it. It has copper bullets and I'm allergic to copper.
Well, bullets can be made out of lead now, too.
Oh, well, the bullets used were probably made out of copper.
There's only one way to tell. Test the properties of the bullets.
How do you suppose we do that?
Actually, about 2 years ago, I did an experiment that did the exact same thing.
Lead is a part of the metal periodic table group, which copper is a part of the transition metals group. Copper is more malleable and has much more ductility than lead. For elements themselves, copper is generally less dense and lighter than lead. However, copper bullets are made longer and heavier because lighter bullets are too unpredictable in aiming. However, we are not firing a gun in this house as I have just swept. Anyways, I remember weighing the 2 elements, finding that lead was heavier and denser than copper. I worked closely with Mr. D. We wrote all of our findings in a journal, but I can recall them perfectly. We tested the melting point and everything. Copper is also lower on the periodic table than lead. The periodic table is split into many groups to help with classification, and the mass increases as you go down and to the right. It really helped me and Mr. D on our project.
We aren't getting anywhere with just these theories. I suggest we lay it out all in the open.